What's going on, guys? My name is Cal, Jailbreak Central, and this is my WWDC 2016 breakdown where I go over all of the biggest features and announcements that Apple made at that event, starting off with watchOS 3. Now, a lot of people have complained about the Apple Watch being very slow, apps lagging when you load them. This new OS 3, is 7 times faster than the previous OS, so that should help with loading those apps, so there shouldn't be as much lag. There's also now a new dock, so the interface is similar to an iPhone or like a Mac, sort of a 4 apps in the bottom type deal. There's also a new scribble feature, which allows you to write text on it with your finger, and then that will be converted into type, a typeface that you can then send to someone, which is pretty cool. Next up, we have tvOS. This is the new OS for Apple's TV. Basically, what they've done is added Sling TV, which is a big deal. Sling TV is a live TV streaming service, which means that you guys can watch TV shows on the Apple TV without having cable, I believe, although I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. They also have a redesigned remote app, so it's finally been updated. You can enter text in, or in the search bar, stuff like that. Things that they should have added a long time ago, but just never got around to. There's also now a Siri functionality, which is very interesting. I think probably the most interesting feature that they've announced so far about the tvOS. So you can now talk like you would to Siri and have it open up movies, search for things. Very, very cool, and definitely excited to try that out. Third on the list is Mac OS Sierra. This is the newest operating system for Mac. They got rid of OS X, none of that anymore. It's just Mac OS, and the new operating system is called Sierra. Some of the things they've added to this new system is auto unlock, so you can unlock your computer from your iPhone, your iPad, or the Apple Watch, which is pretty cool. They also have a feature that allows you to mirror your desktop across multiple Macs. Not very useful for a lot of people. For some people, that'll be a pretty big deal, but not really that interesting. Apple Pay is now going to be offered on the Mac, which is pretty cool. You'll be able to pay for things online using Apple Pay thanks to new web integration. And finally, Siri is also being added to the Mac. You can see in this photo here in the top right corner there, it says, "What can I help you with?" This is going to be a really cool feature. I definitely think it'll be the most used Siri feature of any. I mean, just being able to say, "Siri, open up a new window in Chrome," will be very cool and definitely useful and pretty practical as well. I think that it should be used quite a bit. I definitely can see myself using it for a variety of functions. And yeah, I guess we'll just see what ends up happening with that. But it should be interesting either way. Last on the list is iOS 10. This is the biggest announcement that they made. iOS 10, some of the biggest features that they've talked about was raise to wake. So now when you pick up your phone, it will automatically open up the lock screen so you don't have to press the home button or the power button to turn on the screen, which is pretty cool. Which is also good because usually when you hit the home button, it activates Touch ID so you can miss some notifications, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Siri is now open source to developers, which means that they will now be able to develop their own stuff for Siri, meaning you can say, "Siri, order me an Uber X." And Uber X, will have some sort of functionality. I'm not sure how it's going to work exactly. They might code something that you'll have to download or update Siri. Yet to see how that works. But basically, you can use third-party apps with Siri, which is very cool. There's also a new QuickType feature, which allows you, kind of uses Siri again, and it allows Siri to kind of guess what your response is going to be. So if someone texts you, "Hey, what's going on?" It will automatically come up with a response that it thinks you might say. So that's pretty cool. I'm not really sure how that's going to work, how well that's going to work. We've definitely seen Siri make some mistakes in the past. Hopefully it's not too bad, but it sounds like it should be pretty good. There is a new Home app, and this Home app basically will control any sort of smart devices in your home. If you have, lights hooked up or, thermostats, stuff like that. I believe it works with Nest. And it basically allows you to control everything. So you can, there's one like lights out command, and it'll turn off all the lights in your home. Second to last feature is the new phone app. Phone app has been completely redesigned. It's not really that interesting, but they did add a new feature where voicemails can be transcribed to text, which is a pretty big deal for some people. Again, some people not so much, but for those that it matters, that is a new feature. Lastly, animations in text messages. So now when you send someone a text message, you have the option to make the bubble, loud, meaning bigger, smaller, so people can get a better sense of your tone, which is very useful because that's always been a big problem of texting is people don't really know what tone you're texting them in and they can read it and get the wrong idea. So this will help with that, and it's just sort of a cool feature. Allows some flexibility with the Messages app. Now, there's a bunch more features on all of these. I will go more in depth in individual videos, but that is my overall breakdown of WWDC 2016. Let me know what your guys' favorite part was, what you're most excited for, and I'll see you guys later.